The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 70. Get the NASDAQ off 8. S&Ps are down 7. Gold contracts up $6.90 at $12.40 an ounce. We get silver up 13 cents, $16.23 an ounce. You have platinum flat, $9.28. Copper is flat at $2.73. Light sweet crude up 49 cents, $46.73 a barrel. Notes, 10-year note up 9.6, 126.01, 30-year bond up 22.6, 153.18, and King Dollar.
I heard
Boom.
your update, man.
Smashed down 600 ticks, 94.290. That baby, man.
Quite a move, and it's not stopping.
There's no love, and you know what's interesting too is that when the CTFC data came out last Friday,
sure.
There was more longs than there were shots, and they piled in. And guess what? That's what that's all about, because those stops are underneath there, and bye-bye. See you, don't want to be you.
Totally.
The euro's at 115 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 111 to the U.S. dollar. Dollar move, big deal, man.
Yeah, that's a big one, man.
And
Especially as it just keeps going.
You know who's looking at that dollar move, man?
Who's looking at that move?
We all got a buddy that his name's Kevin Hinks, and he likes trading those grains. And of course, he's the option guru.
That's right.
Every trading day, right here, folks. 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Mr. Kevin Hinks, Scott Connor, TD Ameritrade swim lessons. You can come right over to our website at TFNN. You hit the Thinkorswim banner, TD Ameritrade banner. You can bring up the platform. They'll let you trade with paper money. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
There we go.
Now we're talking.
There we go.
Oh, that is a toe tapper.
There we go. Let's get dancing.
you.
We need a camera on Kevin right now.
I'll tell you, there's no doubt, right?
Oh, now that's fun. Now that's a good way to start a hit.
Why not? That,
Most
right?
wonderful. Do we have any earnings action? Where's Netflix? Are they
Oh,
at
my
2,000
God.
by now? What's going on?
Seriously, Netflix to the freaking moon. Netflix,
Yeah.
folks, is up $16, and
Yeah.
with big juice
And-
behind it.
10%, yeah.
You know what's great? Talk about a CEO who can accentuate the positive and completely discount any negative, right?
Yep.
They tried to bring up his cash burn, free cash flow and how much they're spending, and they actually raised it in their guidance going forward to $2.5 billion negative cash flow. And he's like, don't worry about that.
Right.
We're fine. We're talking about growth in healthy companies, and we're the ultimate. He was very upbeat, and all they were really looking for is more subscribers.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what this market loved, the fact that they beat that number on subscribers. So
And they got it, and it's a phenomenal deal. I mean, you talk
Yeah.
about a value. Netflix is a real value.
I hear you.
I mean, and it doesn't seem that there's a lot of real values out there just in life in general now.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
I'd hear it. For what you
Yeah.
pay for cable TV,
Right.
Netflix is a steal.
Right.
Right, and don't forget, here's what when I think about Netflix, right? I go one step further. What everyone knows, I don't care about that. What's the next thing about Netflix? And what I think is password sharing.
Okay.
That's the next topic for Netflix, right? Because one person can go on and get a Netflix account, and several people can use that account.
I see. Okay.
When are they going to start reeling in that and
Wow.
make that more of a money-making?
Sure.
When are they going to reel that in?
Sure.
Yeah, and he dismissed it. The
Okay.
CEO dismissed it. He said, we're not worried about that right now because, he basically said everyone that's using it is a customer.
Right.
So we don't have to really worry about that.
And if
So-
it's not a customer, it's going to be a customer.
It's a
That's
tough
good. You're
PR
right.
battle, too, that I'm
Yeah.
sure to get behind
Right.
that, right?
Yeah. Let them use someone else's password to get hooked on the content, and then you got them anyway.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
But I think it's fascinating. But we have more banks earnings. I find it fascinating, guys, that these banks are beating these numbers, and they can't catch a bid.
I know.
They're all a little, and now they're not going down hard. I wouldn't call this a big correction in the banks, but they're soft.
Right.
And the 10-year yield isn't helping them.
No. And that dollar move, man, I mean, it's pretty amazing. I mean, when we start coming into that 92, 91, you crack that, we're at 88. It's like, really?
Watch out.
Yes.
I've said this talking to you guys before. We say it on swim lessons all the time. Don't sleep on the dollar movement on this market. It drives much more in this market than everyone believes.
I know.
Right?
And I guess, the positive in that, I mean, I've been bearish for the dollar for a bit, but the positive in that, folks, is that what does happen is that as we're exporting stuff, these companies can sell a huge amount of stuff because our dollar's so cheap.
Sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's definitely any U.S. multinational that sells their goods and services abroad, their goods and services just got cheaper. Every time the dollar goes down, their goods get cheaper.
Yeah, no doubt. And
so it's not the worst thing in the world for U.S. companies.
No, it's not. It's not. In that Canadian dollar, we just went from 138 Canadian to a dollar to 126. So our Canadian brothers and sisters are digging that, and they're going to be down here in droves once again, too.
There you go.
And, it's so funny. From my children played hockey. You're exactly right. When it's cheaper for Canadian travelers to come to America, they all do.
They do.
And when it gets expensive, the spigot just shuts off.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yep.
Listen, folks, right here, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time now. Kevin and Scott, they set up huge amounts of earnings plays, folks. We're only at the very beginning of it, and as Kevin, we just said, it's the most wonderful time of the year. We like it. Kevin, you have a great day, safe day, and we look forward to the show at noon.
Have a great day, guys.
Thanks, you too. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow's down 54, now 9.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are down 57. You get the Nasdaq up 1. You get the S&Ps down 450.
Were you going to say they closed? We're not quite there yet.
I know. I was.
The day is going fast, but we got some time.
That was quick. There's no doubt about it. Bottom line, gold, you get up 710. We're at 1240. Silver up 13 cents. Silver's got let's go over to the silver market for a second.
Because even gold too, right? A far cry from creeping where it was approaching that 1200 level for sure.
Big time.
Yeah.
And silver needed this. Silver, this inside $16.12, even better, $16.30, which would be the next leg. That can get it up into the higher range, because silver just got smoked, man.
Yeah.
I mean, big time. If you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, folks, great time to do it. You can come over to our website at TFNN. You'll see the banner on the top or the side. You can hit that banner, bring up the exchange, and walk along with us as we trade these defined option contracts. Let's go to our man John in Philly. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hey, Tommy, hello, Tom, and Tommy Jr. Thanks for taking the call.
Absolutely.
I wanted to call in. You touched on bonds in your opening 5 minutes, but could you kindly put that daily September T-bond futures contract and bisect the price and the volume? Tommy, we came down from 157.25 to 51.5, and of course we're bouncing now. And you've been spot on in looking for the bounce here the past couple of days. But does the volume on this way up versus what happened after June 27th, does that give us any important signal as to where the next major move is coming, whether it's back up to 57 or higher or back under 51, please?
Now, we talking about the 10-year or the 30? You're talking about the 30-year, right?
30-year would be helpful. Thank you.
So we take a look at this. Right now, the 30-year is at 153.22. What you have, what Z's talking about here is that, what John's talking about is that, you come down on 300,000 contracts on the 28th. You're coming down with 350 on the 29th. We pushed with 278 on the 14th. And yesterday, you went sideways with 165. Now, it looks like we're going to end up doing probably 278, 300 today. And that's definitely less than what we're going against. But I suspect we're going to go right to the high. And this is why. So the longer aspect inside these bonds, and I know you love trading bonds, and we all love trading bonds, and it's been a long period of time, is that the bond market did a typical timing the trade, explosion topside, right back to the breakout area. And I'm talking about a long-term basis, folks. And this thing, I can bring it back to 1980. This is what's so crazy about the bond market. And it never broke. It never broke, even when it came down to 148.04 in December. It never even got to the 142.31. So it's like, man, this ain't over, And I know it's bizarre, but to me, it's going to go right to the highs, 177. I don't know if that's going to be the move right now, but I feel the move right now will get us to the high that was generated here on the 21st.
Tommy, I appreciate that thought and the chart read, and the reason I called in to ask, every time we've come down, I'm always on alert to listen to what you have to say, because you've been accurate thus far. Every dip we've had, and you've turned bullish. It's been right. You've
been around long enough to remember. Okay, so the what happens, folks, is that going through cycles is a big deal, right? Sure. Now, I think the last time I was bearish bonds probably is what, 2010 or something. I mean, I've been there. Do you know what I mean? But that's when I really looked at it. I says, because it made zero sense to me that rates would stay low. I'm saying to myself, no. It was like I was like everyone else, man. Because after so long, I said, hey, rates got to go up.
Sure.
And technically, it looked like that it had broke hard. But when I really looked at it, when you look at the bond market, every single time that it actually breaks hard, it doesn't break a swing point. It's like, oh my God. It's a natural retracement in something that keeps going higher. So that's kind of, I learned a lot then, man. You know, I learned a lot that, okay, man, you know. And then between that, John, and then looking at the aspect of, you know, the rest of the rates in the world, it's like, okay, you know, why is France at 0.8%, and we're at 2.2. That absolutely, you know, if you're a fundamentalist, that makes zero sense to me. It's like, okay, man, we're going down. Yeah. You know, so.
Terrific. You answered the question, gentlemen. Thanks so much. We'll speak to you again.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Because it's
pretty wild.
It is wild. Yeah. It is wild. And what's happening with my head right now, you know, even though I'm still bearish the dollar, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what is so bad that our dollar's going down so dramatically?
Yeah.
Well, if you have a strong economy, folks, and a strong country, your dollar's supposed to be strong, okay? Sure. Well, they're selling it. They're selling it hand over fist. So it's like, okay, what is sitting out in the horizon there? Now, what does happen is this, is that the lower that the dollar actually does get, they're claiming that there's not inflation. Well, you know, when you get a low dollar, even though I'm bearish the market, I mean, I could see the market put another 1,000 points in because that would be only buying power in the United States. It wouldn't be buying power overseas. Right. You know, so it's like, okay. I mean, I remember, and I'm sure some of the Tigers remember, well, it was Zimbabwe, it was a couple other countries like about 15 years ago. Their stock market like went to the moon, but their currency went all the way down. So when you did the correlation, you really didn't go to the moon. But if you were in the country, you went to the moon, man. You know? Yeah. Let's get over and take a look at that gold market. Because what is happening is this. I expect we're going to see this gold market really catch a bid. This is still not, for how the dollars got destroyed, this is still not a big move. You know? I mean, it's a nice move. I'll take it. Yeah. But it's not what I think can actually happen. Yeah. You know, I think we could wake up in the morning and gold's up $50. Sure. You know, because this destruction that is happening inside the dollar is pretty intense. You know, if we go over, if you have traded the Nadex platform, folks, let's go take a look at this. So this morning, you know, I bought a couple gold contracts, right? Okay. And this is where, this is what was really bizarre. The dollar was already down 500 ticks when I bought these contracts. Okay. And the gold contract was only up $5. Yeah, sure. So I almost hesitated saying, okay, why is the gold contract only up $5? Sure. Right? And I said, I'm doing it anyway because it just, you know, it technically was set up, but. And I was taking a look. It looks like that was at about trade time 8:02. Right. Fast forward, right about somewhere in 8 o'clock bar, somewhere in this bar right here. Yeah. So quite a rise even since then. Looking at $4.50 up from there, and you have the 12.25, 12.75. Right. So 12.38.20, and you can see that that's probably going to be right in there, as in not much premium because you still had $12.50 downside risk. So that's a realistic amount of risk too. Right. Yeah. And there wasn't much premium. That's what I like about trading the gold contract, you know, inside that Nadex platform. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now down 64. Nasdaq is up 4. S&Ps are down 4.5. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives.
If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 68. You get the Nasdaq up 4, S&Ps are down 5, and we're going to be coming out with lots of numbers, folks. You got IBM after the close out here.
Big Blue, AI, right?
Big
It's
Blue,
transition,
AI,
totally.
There's no doubt. And
Watson, yeah.
And we're talking about machine learning. We got our man, Mr. Dave White. He's going to be doing an online course. Premium that online course to his subscribers on July 26th.
A week from tomorrow. We were just saying, man, August is going to be here before we know it.
That's pretty amazing.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, so he's putting together a course. He's going to premiere this a week from tomorrow. The next wild, wild west of computing. So this is going to be open to any of Dave's subscribers. So he has his daily trading newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, Technology Insider, his weekly trading newsletter, comes out every Friday, weekly issues. And then, of course, The Art of the Time and the Trade charts, worked with you, put together an outstanding piece of software. Has a Gartley scan in there. Dave uses it every show of his. People are very familiar with it. They've seen it a million times if they watch Dave's show. And you can get any of these. So Path of Resistance, Path of Least Resistance, Technology Insider, free trials in each of them. Art of Time and Trade charts comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you're risking nothing. Great time to sign up. You can try both of them. All the subscribers gain entry, and man, check out what he's put together. I mean, we've talked about it before, but you know, there's going to be a lot of companies just like we see Netflix taking off. I mean, you talk about the AI type machine learning that they're using to make sure they're offering you up the program that you're going to watch. What time should they maybe give you notifications at? All these little.
Well, I read last night too that Elon Musk, he testified. What day is today?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
What,
so, if I read last night, he must have testified last Friday in front of Congress. That he thinks that the government better get together with some regulations because he thinks AI is so powerful.
Yeah, he's come out before and said that a lot. Yeah, he has. He's written things that said like, you know.
Yeah, watch
very
out.
doomsday type.
Right.
Which
It could be.
It could be, right? That's what I was just going to say. I mean, you start seeing, you know, the movies aren't far away in terms of what type of capabilities. But when you look at
So you want to understand it. That's my point more than
just
anything, folks.
merely from the profit center that it could be, it's pretty interesting to think what companies. I mean, you see the type of, you get in one little niche like a company like NVIDIA, right? That you can just capitalize on that type of processing power, that their chips just become insane. I'm sure that's one thing Dave might talk about. I don't know, but as that comes into those types of chips, he's told me about the chips that he has, that are powering the type of simulations and data he's doing. And they're pretty powerful. So, what's machine learning? Is it coming into its own? Who owns it? What are the two biggest types? He talked about that a little bit on your show on Friday. How are the platforms? How do you teach them? And then, of course, cloud services. This is where software vendors, hardware manufacturers, right there, NVIDIA, self-driving cars as they come in. So he's really going to, not to say dumb it down, but this isn't, I like to say, because we've had conversations with him.
We've seen it.
And you can't have the in-depth conversation first to start people off because it's so sophisticated. So this is a broad course.
I got to tell you, folks, Dave is awesome. He came in, right? We're in Tommy's office, right?
The three of us, totally.
And so picture this. Tommy and Dave are already in there like an hour and a half going through it. I came back in there. We're in another hour.
So then we kind of rehashed to bring up.
And I looked, and my head is like, I looked. I says, okay.
We're both kind of like.
We're not at MIT.
No, it takes, it's obviously.
It was cool.
Yeah,
but
because he was really explaining to us how they are actually refining with algorithms and taking this data and smoothing it to anticipate future, moves. He would show you, a wave and then show you the predicted wave using the algorithm and how machine learning could come much closer to those types of predictive behavior and predictive behavior. That's kind of what, it's, Facebook is trying to predict what link they should send you, what time they should send you a notification. I mean,
why am I hitting that right now?
Instagram holds back likes sometimes because then they hit you with like 5 likes at once, and that's the algorithm saying hit them with 5 at once, then they'll come back. Because hit them with 8, and they think maybe it's too much. Hit them with 2, and they might not be interested enough.
Wild, man.
So check it out. Sign up for one of his courses, one of his services, and you'll be able to attend that. And then also, Basil Chapman, our man, he's going to be talking about next hour. So August is here, going to be here before we know it. So can sector rotation, Basil's been talking a lot about that sector rotation, buoy the market into 2018. So he's going to break this down into 2 webinars taking place Wednesday, August 2nd, and on the August 16th, 2 weeks afterwards, 5 till 6:30. For subscribers to the opening call, and so you can get in there, get a 30-day free trial to the opening call as well, and Basil's Daily Awesome newsletter every morning, his Trader's Corner, and then of course you gain access to both of those webinars. They'll both be archived, and that is another great package that Basil's put together. And he's excited about doing that. He's been talking to me about it for a while. So it's pretty crazy to think that when Basil finishes that second course, we'll be on August 16th. And before you know it, that's basically we're in September.
And you know what that means for us? In Florida, we only got 1 more month after August 15th of hot weather, really hot weather.
True.
We're in need to get to like October to calm it down a little.
But I know what you mean. Once you're in middle of September, at least
we're on the other side of it.
You might get a cool night, a cool day.
Exactly.
A little bit of that low humidity. Maybe.
Let's take a look at good old Big Blue. So Big Blue, folks, at 4 o'clock. Let me see the exact time.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock comes out with this number. So Big Blue's trading 153, and this little baby, it's catching a bid right now. I'll get a better understanding even at 3 o'clock this afternoon. But to me, this thing wants to get into like this 142 area. So we'll see how that shakes out. But that's how that is looking at this point. Netflix yesterday, so when I was on the air yesterday, you could see, it's not that someone knows something, but Netflix was pushing this swing point with volume yesterday, big time. Now, it's showing 17 million now, but 7 of that, folks, was after the market closed.
Okay, sure.
So it was pushing 10 million, coming into the close. And, it went down to 10 million. I says, this is pushing that swing point with volume. And bottom line, there she is.
Yeah, they gained 5.2 million subscribers, I think. The estimate was like 3.4, 3.5.
Big numbers.
I think they have over 100 million subscribers now, and they finally tipped the scales where they have more international subscribers than domestic,
Than US,
which
yeah.
is, of course, where their
That's
growth
what
is
they're
all
looking for.
taking place,
Right.
right? They had something like 91 Emmy nominations.
Yeah.
Now they're spending billions of dollars.
Yeah.
But it is amusing when you think that, technology changes things so quickly that, technology starts up, they just have so much money, they just
Right.
create content, and all of a sudden they're an Emmy machine.
Right. When I came back in the house last night, bottom line, both TVs were on Netflix with different movies on.
Yeah, perfect.
Right.
There you go, right?
It's almost like I gotta really look at that cable, because it's like, why do you even need cable?
Yeah, I agree.
It's,
And what's going to happen is, and even Kevin was saying, like, not right now what's coming down the pipeline, right, or whatever with them. And
Yeah.
I think when they start getting into the live arena, things are going to, right now they're just streaming movies.
Right.
Think about how differently that whole, platform is going to change when you start thinking of things like, pulling up Netflix to watch football on Sundays. Pull up, and there's no reason why that could, because that is the stickiness of cable TV.
Oh, yeah,
So
no
Netflix
doubt.
knows that,
No doubt.
and,
Yeah.
and guess what? If that becomes, maybe you'd pay $15 instead of $12, or maybe you'd pay $20, it would still be a bargain because you're paying $20 and you get football,
Yeah.
all that. There's
Well,
just,
and also what happens is that they own all those movies now. So 10 years from now, 15 years from now, people are going to be watching those movies like new kids growing up.
okay.
And that's...
Do they own all the movies? I don't know that they have in their catalog. I don't know if they own every.
Well, when they're putting all that money in, that's
their
like an
own
that's like an
original, right.
MGM.
Yes, their own original,
right.
for sure.
Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to the Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. quite a break. 3 minutes, Dow's down 145, Nasdaq's down 11, S&Ps are down 10. And if we go inside the Dow Industrials first, what you're going to see, the culprit inside the Dow Industrials is Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs was trading pretty cool at the beginning of the...
Pretty cool.
It was only down 1.5 points.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, someone unloaded on Goldman, down 5 points right now.
Yep.
And then simultaneously, Chipotle's down 23 points, and this is intraday, folks. This just happened. It just went from
hot news breaking, and not the kind of news that they like to hear in terms of sickness. Again, at one of their restaurants, right?
This is pretty intense. So here it is, 10:30. Chipotle has shut down a restaurant in Sterling, Virginia, after multiple reports of customers getting sick after eating there. Customers reported symptoms of... Oh, my God.
Yeah, we'll just say lots of bad stuff
I don't even want to read it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I won't read it.
Viewers can read it. No, it's just bad stuff, right? There's people really sick, nothing light. Yeah, that's a shame.
I haven't been there. Now I know I'm not going there. So here, I have to read it because no one else is going to go there either. So customers reported symptoms as vomiting, diarrhea, severe stomach cramps, pain, dehydration, nausea.
Yep.
God, man, that's freaking intense, man. That stock's going to get destroyed.
Yeah,
Whoa.
not good.
Wow.
Not good.
Not because it's not their first time. That's
an understatement, right?
That is an understatement. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Gold contract, that's catching a little bit here. So gold right now, we are at 1242. You're up 830. And let's see if it can stay over this 1242. Let me see how many minutes I got left on this one. See if we get a small ABC up. So I get 6 minutes into it, right? I need contract volume more than 9,100, and I'm at 38. Doesn't look like it's going to do it. Well, might.
Get some time.
Yeah, I got some time.
The market moving.
Because that'll be a nice ABC up, a small one. Your A point is 1235. Your B is 42. $7. Well, no, that's still only 1246. It's not bad though. I want more.
Sometimes you're in a jovial mood there. Yeah.
I want more.
Yeah.
Look at that Dow, man. What happened to the poor Dow?
Yeah. Day is early. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
10:45 in the morning. Down 150.
That's.
With, like you said, some of those big price stocks, they can always do it. You know, look at the price of these stocks. They're all in triple digits up here. They're all down, you know. And this one, JP Morgan, they're at $90. So that's where you can get some huge movement when you start getting the expensive ones. And look at the ones, you know, there's barely anything positive. And even the ones that are just marginally negative are the cheap ones. The expensive stocks are all getting hit.
So you get Goldman putting 38 negative points in. United Health 15 negative. Caterpillar 14 negative. Big Mac a 9. And the number here is going to be good old Big Blue after the close, because that will put some well, if it's negative, it will put some negative numbers. If it's positive, it's going to put a positive numbers in it.
They've been struggling recently.
Oh, big time.
To put it lightly, right?
Yeah. Because what Big Blue has done, this is the way that it hasn't been down more. That number now, 380,000. You know, that number was like 500,000 like 5 years ago.
Sure.
That's employees. So they brought the employee count down dramatically, and they keep buying shares back.
It's a lot of employees.
It is a lot of employees, man.
And as they shift their business plan, it seems like they might not need that many employees. Not to chuckle, but you know, that's they're not the same business they once were building, and you know, they don't.
No.
Yeah.
Inside the NDX 100, the leader is Netflix. That's up 10.7%. Wynn Casinos is up 2.2%. Priceline 1.7, Tesla 1.4. Hey, so with Tesla, folks, check this out. This was pretty intense. So yesterday, Tesla goes south, right? Not heavy, but goes south. What that was all about is that the news in the morning was that the driver had reported that he got in the crash, and
and they just kind of drove him off the road, right?
Right.
For all intents
Well, what ended up happening, I suspect, I don't have the full story yet, but this came across the tape right after the close yesterday. I suspect Tesla called him on it, and that's what he might have told the cop. But the bottom line that he turned around and made it right, and that is not what happened.
Okay.
So we didn't have it on automatic.
Okay.
And that's all that came across. Watch this. Is it yesterday? So when I saw this, I says, "Oh my God."
Go one more, maybe. One more, maybe.
Okay.
There you go.
Here it is, right here. Yeah. So this is at 4:15 yesterday, and. Tesla chief executive Elon Musk posted an email from the driver, exactly. Now, who says he didn't have his vehicle's automatic pilot system engaged during the weekend crash in Minnesota. Yeah.
Wow, I just think, I mean, the
Isn't
car,
that wild?
car flipped over.
Yeah.
That's no lightly, like, you know,
Right.
you get out of the car and you happen to tell it.
Right.
Yeah. So, on Monday afternoon, they fell as much as 4.4. And there was also, though, that contributed to this, his statements, right, over the weekend saying that he felt his stock was too highly priced.
Yeah,
I mean, that was both of those.
Yeah,
were
that's
kind of,
right, that's
I mean,
right.
to have a CEO saying literally that I've told the market over and over we shouldn't be trading this high.
Right.
It's like, whoa, maybe we don't, maybe the euphoria, he tweeted something out yesterday saying, like, clarifying those comments to put it in the same context he puts these in. To the best of my recollection, I had engaged the auto, but then I had disengaged it by stepping on the accelerator. Well, that seems like a critical point if you jam on the gas that disengages the autopilot and then you crash as a result.
You know what's interesting about that, though? That, I know if you step on the brake, you disengage it, but I didn't know stepping on the accelerator does it also.
You have a different, this isn't, they're all, I mean, that's,
Every car would be different.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah, and you are taking control. I mean, you can't just slam on the accelerator and then think that the car is going to drive you at 120 as you're jamming on the accelerator. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
At that point, you've taken control.
Right.
And it's, thankfully everyone was okay, and you can kind of chuckle because it is like, oh, I forgot to mention that I jammed on the gas, took off the autopilot, and then I flipped the car. Maybe that matters. Yeah, maybe that matters.
Wow. Amazing. 877-927-6648. Let's take a look at some of the higher volume stocks. Actually, I want to go just look at the SPY quickly to see if we have volume coming in. Oh, we're gonna. So look at this. All day yesterday, we only did 33 million. We've done 13 million. So
Sure.
we're going to come down with some juice. The real question is how much.
Yep.
So let's take a look at the higher volume stocks out here. Bank of America is beating out AMD. That's down 31 cents. They come out with numbers. AMD is down 33 cents. You got Microsoft off 29. Freeport McMoran is down 19. No heavy numbers, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the big story out here is Netflix, no doubt.
How about Harley Davidson? Look at what's going on.
Yeah,
right
what
here.
is that?
They're down huge.
Yeah.
So Harley Davidson cut its annual forecast for motorcycle shipments and said sales may fall sharply to start the second half of the year as consumers pull back on new bike purchases.
Yep.
Full-year shipments may decline as much as 8%. That's a big number, man, for the type of volume.
It
I'm
is.
sure they do. And they're an irreplaceable brand.
Right.
It's not like they're going to get market infiltration from competitors. I mean, if you're buying a Harley, as you know, you're a Harley guy, I'm sure.
Right.
Worse than the previous projection for deliveries to be flat. Wow, that was it. Just to say flat down to 8%.
And well, and there's so many people that have Harleys that don't use them too, and they're beautiful bikes. I mean, so I can see that.
They plunged 11%, trading at 46.32 as of 10 a.m. Harley caught in the throes of secular erosion in the U.S. with younger consumers riding motorcycles at a much lower rate than previous generations.
Right. It's all those old dudes buying those big Harleys. Seriously, right?
It's interesting. I wonder how. I wonder what factors contribute to that. There's a lot,
totally.
Safety,
Stay right there,
whatever
folks.
it is. Yeah.
Tommy and I come right back.
Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. And we just had a minor computer crash.
So the market must be moving so quickly that they zapped our computer. They blue screened it. They knocked us out.
Yeah.
And we'll have to go solo the last 4 minutes of the hour until we hand things off to Mr. Basil Chapman.
That's right.
And I was saying, I think the Dow's creeping back a little bit, down like 120 maybe from those 150 numbers. But hey, 11 in the morning, we'll see what happens.
Volatility is coming in, folks.
Big blue after hours, right?
That's going to be a big number.
Yeah. They've been struggling as those numbers come out recently. And it's interesting because you think of them most when you think of like Watson and that type of technology.
Right.
And even during tax season, I thought one of the great promotions was H&R Block. Using Watson, where they were going to, that's something I could see really making sense, right? A computer analyzing tax forms to say, what are you missing, what are you not?
Wow.
Very analytical, number-based, where algorithms could pick up on what you might be missing, as in most people who file this with an entry in this column usually have costs associated in this column, right? Or you're missing whatever it is.
That cost.
And they had all these ads running during tax season. Yeah. And I was thinking myself at the time, if I had taxes, that might have been even a little bit easier, or whatever it is. That was a good ad for H&R Block.
That is.
And a good ad for IBM.
Right.
And then not long after that, they released their earnings and they were horrible.
They have an expense problem.
It probably speaks to those amount of employees, man. That is a large number of employees.
Yeah.
And I wonder what those employees are all doing, right? As in, are they in the right... They can employ that many people, but they probably need to be employed in more of the AI machine learning segment of things versus...
And because IBM always made so much money, there's a big paying job.
Sure.
Lots of benefits.
Sure.
And, it's like, okay.
it takes time to transition out of that much.
The business has changed.
Right,
the business has changed.
For sure.
So the banking structure, we'll see where this goes. Goldman's coming down. It's coming down with some volume. Bank of America can't hold higher price.
And we'll see where Netflix ends up. It's interesting with those companies because, like Kevin was saying, the cost, they're spending. And they're in a similar frame, and somebody said it in the den earlier, to Amazon, and that they're just worried about growing. And the market is kind of only worried about them growing too. Because the spending will take care of itself if you just dominate that segment. Because guess what? That segment's going to be amazingly huge in the future.
And stop spending for 3 days.
Right, exactly. As we've seen, Amazon got there.
What Bezos can do.
Right. As in, eventually the revenue catches up, and 5 million people every quarter, that's, that recurring subscriptions that they're going to be able to spend forever if they keep those people. And
it's huge.
Spending billions on content. 90 plus Emmys, great programming.
Right.
We both love it.
No,
An
there's no
affordable
doubt.
price, and they're only going to grow from there. It'll be interesting to see when they start picking up that live aspect, and theyll get there.
Right. Yeah,
They have
because
nothing live yet, but
because they do. It's one of those things when you're the first mover, you have that power, and then it's okay. I'm going to pay that. I'm going to pay more than you're going to pay for that program.
if you
just
remember,
this
they
year.
weren't even in online. They were just a DVD company. There's no
That's
reason
right, yeah.
Blockbuster couldn't have just been a DVD company that transitioned to that same thing. I mean, they didn't
Right.
have online streaming, and it took a while to transition people.
It did.
I was
the stock went down dramatically at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
I was a subscriber when you just got the DVD package. You know, you got like to keep 2 at a time, and you
Right.
could send them back, and
Isn't
that
that
was
wild?
when. Yeah. And so they weren't even in this, and they just were in the business of.
Delivery.
Right, of delivering
Now they decided
content, and they realized
digital delivery.
they knew that, the mail of delivering DVDs, I mean, it's laughable now
Wow.
to think of getting a DVD in the mail, right?
It is,
Yeah.
man.
And that's how they came.
I haven't put a DVD in so long. It's insane.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that's
That
where
is-
they were, and they've come a long way. So in the same, as in live is not online streaming yet either, right?
No.
That's just coming.
Right.
Well, I'm sure they know that that's about to be huge as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You stay right there, folks. And man, Mr. Basil Chapman's going to come up next, growl and prowl with you. Then, of course, we're going to swim lessons, beautiful Chicago, Illinois. Steve Rhodes, Dave White, myself, and of course, Mr. Andy here.
That's
Thanks,
right.
pal.
Thanks, man.
Wow! Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.